Oh, mama. I have requests to be a sugar baby, a sugar daddy.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Tolly T and welcome back to the My Love Is podcast presented to you by Bumble, the dating app that puts women firmly in control. Now, I'm very excited today and also a little bit peed off. You want to know why? Because this is the first time I've been outdone on this podcast. How dare you, Tayce? How dare you turn up how you turn up and leave me looking like this? Right, so my next guest is Tayce, best known for season 2 of Drag Race UK. And if you watch the show, you know that the Queen here sashayed their way into the finals.
Yes,
Top
indeed.
2, not 2 in my books.
Just
so you know that, top 2, not 2.
I hold that in high regard.
Also, the host of Queer Epiphany.
Yes.
I'm so excited to have you here, talk about dating, not dating. You know, all of the things that are necessary to talk about.
Exactly.
How are you feeling? Thank you for coming on. How are you?
Mama, I'm good. I'm bright-eyed-ish, bushy-tailed-ish. I got a coffee in front of me, you in front of me. The view is great and I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. Let's go!
I need that energy.
I'm here to wake everybody up today.
Literally,
Let's go.
I need the energy.
The sun is
Okay.
out and I'm here.
Okay, I'm excited. So before we start, I've been doing this thing where I play a little question game with everyone.
Amazing.
And these are questions that I stole from the Bumble app.
Gorge.
So, quick fire. What's the best part of being single?
Being selfish, dance to the beat of your own drum. You can do what you want, wake up, do what you want, when you want, and live your best life, baby.
Yeah, what you said. Do you know, that is my favourite part. I actually do whatever I want. I don't have to consider anybody.
That's what I mean.
And I absolutely love that for me. I just do whatever I want. I'm very selfish and having a good time.
Yes.
What are you thinking about after 2 glasses of wine?
Yours or mine? No.
It's always yours.
I'm thinking about, well, yeah, that's probably one of the
Do you know what
answers, yeah,
also as
definitely.
well, I think we should be more specific. It depends on the kind of wine.
Oh, I'm not a wine connoisseur at all.
No am I. I know
am
absolutely
a
nothing.
Welshie through and through. I drink everything. You put a tequila in front of me, a vodka in front of me, a whiskey in front of me.
You'll drink
I
it
don't
all.
care as long as I'm drinking it.
What emoji describes your dating life?
Ooh. Gemini emoji. You know that horrible emoji that's like the red, like, face? It's like, You know, it's like a red face with a long nose. It's like a horrible mask.
Why is your dating life angry?
Oh, do you know what it is? It's good until it's bad. And then when it's bad, that's when Patricia comes out, my alter ego,
Right,
basically.
okay.
She's on my wrist and everything. Patricia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Patricia later?
Oh, we will talk about Patricia.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How do we feel about your partner being friends with an ex?
I mean, I think it depends on the terms and conditions. Like,
Okay.
if they're, like, fine, if they're friends, if they're amicable, if there's no, like, weird underlying sexual bad blood swimming around
There's always
there.
going to be sexual tension there
Is there, though?
somewhere.
I don't think so. Have you not seen relationship before when, like, things just dim out and die and, like, it's kind of like, well,
Are you
that's
friends with
okay.
all of your exes?
No.
How many of them are you friends with?
I mean, I'm so sorry. Well, first of all, I've actually never been in one serious relationship in my whole entire life.
we're gonna get to this. Okay,
We're gonna
this
get
is quick
So,
fire.
No, it's
Okay.
just like guys around,
Yeah.
like, if you cross me, you better don't cross me again, and you won't, because, like, you're done. You're
You're done.
exiled.
Okay, cool.
You're out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are the biggest strengths you bring to a relationship? Basically, what do you bring to the table?
What I bring to the table, I bring my humour, my personality, my charisma, my holidays, strength, couture, fashion, fun.
What's left to be bought then? You bought it all.
I bought the whole
You
thing,
bought
baby.
the whole
My bag is
thing.
full and it's heavy.
It's not luggage, it's good things.
Oh, yeah,
it's
baby.
good things only.
Oversized luggage.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, okay, cool. Now I feel like we're warm. Are you warm?
I'm warm.
Do you feel like you know me?
I know you.
You got any
do.
questions for me?
We'll see how the day goes. We'll see
cool.
what's coming.
This is fun.
In.
Right, okay, so now that we know each other, I feel like I can get in your business a little bit and I hope you don't mind.
Oh, I'm ready.
So like you said earlier, you've never really been in a, relationship. So
never.
what would you say your status is now?
Single.
Is there anyone that thinks they're your partner?
No. 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 No.
That's
No.
not convincing at
It's
all.
your face looking at me like that. You're like, oh, really? I'm
Okay,
like,
are you seeing
yeah.
anybody or is it just plain I'm very single,
No,
having
I'm just
a good
playing
time?
very single, going with the flow. If I'm
Okay.
feeling froggy and I want to leap, then I will. But if
Okay.
not, I'm here.
Do you know what? I think it's really good that you said you've actually never been in a serious relationship because I think so many like adults haven't, but feel weird saying it because they think everybody else has.
This like it's expected.
like you're meant to be, right?
You should have been through so many relationships right now, and if you haven't, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
no, sometimes it's things wrong with these other people, and I just can't be bothered for it.
There's that, because I get loads of girls say to me, I'm like, in my 20s, I've never been in a relationship, and I feel like nobody wants me. I'm like, that's okay. Like,
it's not even about that either, because like I'm very picky.
yeah, right, okay.
Like, it's not like a type on table. Like, I can't write down like, oh, well, no, I think it's just like, it's a bit too when people are like, oh, I want someone with green eyes and, you know, blonde hair. It's like, well, what? You're just diminishing everything else that might come your way.
Right,
what if they're good
okay.
for you?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
You're just like kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
So you don't have a list of what you want?
No, not really. Like, personality-wise, like, I know what I don't want.
What don't you want?
An F-boy. I want someone who takes themselves seriously, takes what we're going through seriously.
Yeah.
Someone who isn't kind of like fangirly, because I get that sometimes with people I date as well.
Oh,
yeah.
So wait, so how has being on the show changed your dating life? Because like, I'm not saying I'm famous, but they know my name, all right? They know your name
around
too.
town, Mum. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. More times than not, they know who we are. So
They know my name.
What are you gonna do?
The face card doesn't decline.
It never.
Not the
My
zip.
God.
So it means that my dating life has changed a little bit because you don't know. And I'm convinced straight men are the biggest groupies around.
Oh my God, please tell me
You can
more.
quote me on
See,
that.
we're on different worlds here, so you can open up on this.
It's almost embarrassing.
Oh.
It's because they either do the whole like, oh, I don't know who you are.
But you know, you go to the toilet and they're going through the Instagram.
You know, exactly. Or they'll do the whole like, I'm not one of your little fans, you know.
Yeah. It's like, well, first of all, I didn't say you were.
And
I don't want you to be either.
Well, if you like me, you should be my fan.
Yeah.
So, since being on the show and your face is everywhere, there's not a meme around that you are not a part of. How has that changed your dating life?
It's changed in a way that's like, yeah, I'll just go out with people sometimes. It's like, even if they know who I am, that's fine. Like, I'm all down for like that. There's no problem with that. It's just if you can kind of gauge when people are there for you, like you, or there for just the spectacle of it all. Like, if we're walking down the road, it's like it's this whole thing. Or it's like, they want to be in the back of the Instagram stories because they want those extra followers and all this stuff. It's tacky. When I'm out and about, if it's like a club vibe or an event, people will mostly know who I am anyway. So it's kind of like, I have to find strangers. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, people like never seen before, and they've not seen me before.
Okay.
Like, I actually implore that more. I would love that more because it's kind of like, okay, it's a bit of a challenge now. Like,
So you want someone who doesn't know who you are?
Yeah, honestly, ideally I would.
Right, okay. Okay, so I'm setting the scene now. You are, what's the ideal scene for you to meet someone?
Probably a bar or something.
Okay, so
I'm
we're
out
in
with
the
friends.
bar. It's a speakeasy bar. It's not too loud. You see someone at the bar. Walk me through it.
They're at the bar, I'm at the bar, I'm looking at them, they're looking at me. There's a bartender in between us. What drink? Do you want a tequila? Do you want a tequila? Yes, I do. Let's have a tequila. From there, we start talking.
Right.
Now, see, if they don't know me and I don't know them, we have a lot to talk about.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, it's just like, oh my God, the cheek, the nerve, the gall, the audacity, the gumption. Yes, God. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to hear that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not at work.
No.
I'm being me right now.
Like, imagine if I was in bed with somebody quoted RuPaul, I'd be like, get up and get out.
How would you feel about
They
that?
would be gone.
Has that ever
Kick 'em with
happened
the
to you?
Balenciaga boot. Out of my house. Get out.
Has that ever happened to you?
No. I know friends and things that have happened to them. I'm not going to say, but I just know I had secondhand embarrassment. So I know if that happened to me, I'd be like, no.
What
no.
are your DMs saying?
Oh, mama. They're all over the shop.
Are
They're
they
up,
good?
down, left, right, around the hill and back again. I have requests to be a sugar baby, a sugar daddy.
Where do you sit? Okay, for the people who don't know, tell us what a sugar baby is.
So a sugar baby is someone who, so you got the sugar daddy and the sugar baby. Sugar
Yeah.
daddy is the one with all the money and the skills to pay the bills.
Right.
And they're giving all of that to
Okay.
the sugar baby.
Right.
So I've been asked to be both. First of all, you
Okay.
ain't having my money. Second of
Absolutely
all,
not.
I don't want your money.
Oh, you wouldn't be a sugar baby?
No.
I'm not opposed to being a sugar baby.
I mean, I've never really thought about it that deep, but like, I'm fine.
I mean, how bad can it be? It's just someone spending their money on you.
But I don't think it's ever that though.
is it
I
more
think there's always
Stevie?
like in between the lines.
Right,
Where-
okay.
Yeah. I have examples.
Please do.
I got receipts.
Oh my God, have you got receipts?
I got receipts,
Of course you have
girl.
receipts. You can't
I
talk to
come
me and not have
prepared.
receipts.
Baby, where do I start? I got two for you, okay?
Okay, let me hear 'em.
Okay, photos. Here we go. Are we ready, world? Because it's about to get real.
Have you got photos as well? Or just...
I've got the conversation, Mum.
Oh my God, let me hear 'em. Okay, let's go. Clear the voice.
Hello, Tayce.
Hello.
Prettiest I've ever seen. Haha, green love heart. Well, I just couldn't help but let you know that I came across your very attractive Instagram profile and how, oh my God, I've never seen that word in my life. What the hell is that?
Yeah, no.
No, we're going to try it though. Pulchritudinous. Has anyone ever heard that? If you have, correct me. And very sweet you appear to my eyes. I wish wholeheartedly to make you my sugar baby and to be your sugar daddy, only to love, take good care of you and have you spoiled real good with sweet gifts and weekly allowances, exactly to your taste and satisfaction. Yeah. A lot of that.
That doesn't sound like a bad proposal.
It doesn't, but I feel like when you actually, let's picture though, if you actually got down to it and you like got your agreements and you said this is what's going to happen, like how does it go? Do we FaceTime? Do you have a weekly
that's true.
Do you have a weekly, what's that thing called? Beep, 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 beep,
yeah,
beep.
Skype.
Skype.
The weekly
so
Skype,
one of those,
yeah.
you have to like walk around the park and hold hands and like give a bone to their dog.
You'd have to do a lot more. It's never just be put in, be
What
cute.
is it? Let me just sit here and acknowledge you and you're going to send me like a couple of grand. I don't
It's
think
never
so.
that. At one point, it will become an indecent proposal. At one point, they will
And
ask
that's
you
not
to
what
do
I don't-
something.
that's what I
and you're
don't
like,
want.
oh no, that's not what I want. Okay, that's fair.
You think about that now, right?
Yeah. If it was just gifts and niceness.
I think it's just that's in a faraway dreamland, but I'm ready to sleep.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Okay, right, okay, cool. Okay, so no sugar babies, no sugar daddies.
No.
What roles do you play in the relationship? Do you reckon you're the do you reckon you're the quiet one? I mean,
Never.
No, never, not you.
I'm very boisterous and very loud. And if I'm in the room, you know it.
And do you want that in a partner as well?
No, I think I'm very all over the place in the best way, I think.
Okay.
But I think I need someone that's a bit more grounded energy.
Right, okay.
A bit calmer. Because if there's like two Geminis in the room, that's like 4 people. That's too much.
Too much, that's too
Way
much.
too much.
Yeah.
It's a lot
I
of
like the
chatting.
idea of someone that's a bit calm. I want to like the person that's kind of like, okay, hun, let's go home.
Yeah. Shut the hell up, sit the hell down.
Do it at the right time though. Let me have loads of fun.
Oh, yeah, let me do my thing. Let me be me.
Exactly. And
Until
like
it's
cheer
time
me
to,
on
like-
and be like, yeah, baby, you go you. And then when you can see that I've gone a bit too far. then
I want someone to be like, oh, you're at a
okay,
10.
babe.
Bring it down to a sensible 4.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's go home now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of vibe. I love that
Yeah.
for us. I think that'll be really, really adorable.
Just something a bit of a yin and yang.
Yeah.
Like I'm all over. I need someone like, I'm up here, I need someone a bit here, and we can meet in the middle. If we're
Okay.
both up here, then it's too much. And if it's down here, I mean, who cares?
It's
No,
a bit boring, isn't it? Exactly. So you're who you are now. You're a 10 all round.
Yeah.
All round. How did we get here in terms of your confidence, in terms of just how you have been and growing up and just kind of being like the person who you are now?
I think I've always kind of been this way, you know.
Oh, nice.
Always. Since I sashayed out my mum's foof, I was literally living it up, taking it down, moving it all around. I've always dressed a certain way. Not even a certain way, just very, I know that it might not be the average outfit walking down the road.
Right, okay.
I don't dress for that. I dress for me. Like when I go out, it's about me living, like gassing myself up before I go out, give myself that confidence. Because at the end of the day, you've got to get that from yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Originally, it has to come
Yeah,
from you. If you
of
can't love
course.
yourself, how can you have somebody else? Do you know what I mean?
That
Can I
part.
get a name it? Can I get a game it? So, like, yes, since I was little, I was always like walking around Newport Town in Wales and just looking all sorts of kooky, crazy, spooky, dooky, babadooky. I had on, when I was like 7 years old, like a skirt with like a sash wrapped around my waist. It was like a Hawaiian skirt, but out of fabric.
Right, okay.
A feather boa around the nip plage.
Nice.
All sorts of wigs. When I was like 7, like going to McDonald's, like I was thinking here.
Oh, nice.
So I've always been very used to being gawked at, looked at, stared at, pointed at. My parents would hate it, but I loved it. And yeah, I think that's also ultimately just fleshed out this absolute Tasmanian devil you see in front of you now.
I mean, it's so nice to have the freedom to do that from early on. Like just to be like, here is who I am and take it as you like it or whatever.
And I'm so grateful for that because I know I have so many, my parents have been my ultimate biggest supporters, biggest fans, always so supportive of me. And like, I think I have so many friends in the queer community who their parents exile them from their lives. They don't want them living with them. They don't want to know anything about them. So I hold that very close to my heart and I'm very appreciative.
How has that affected your dating life? Because I've got some friends who are queer who their parents have not accepted it. I have. It's actually really sad when we talk and they have this feeling that like they kind of can't live their life to their full potential until their parents are not here.
That's it.
Which sounds
you got to pay like 2
horrible,
people.
but absolutely fair. But like this freedom kind of allows you just to like date as you please.
Yeah, definitely.
And was you find in school was all everything was just like fine?
Oh, I was even more in school. Like I was actually buying I would buy those like science goggles from eBay, and I had a business. I would like literally on Facebook, £10 a pair, and I would cover them in like pennies, pencils, paint, spikes, studs, all sorts, and sell them around the town. Used to live.
And made business.
Put like safety pins all in my blazer, all on the arms. Like I was very that girl.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah.
My parents and the kids. I get told off by the teachers, but that's about it.
But that's right, yeah, exactly.
YOLO, baby.
And also, I do think sometimes school uniform kind of just doesn't allow you to express who you are. I think
No,
you should.
I don't want to be in no
you
uniform.
Should express,
I don't
like,
want to look the same as everybody
yeah,
else.
Exactly.
You've got to zhuzh it up a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
love that for you.
Yeah.
So you've been this person from day one. Then that's absolutely fine.
Always.
But is there a difference between your personality and your drag personality?
Not at all.
Is there not?
If I was here right now in a lace front and heels, it would be the same thing. The same thing. That's my name. It's Tayce is Tayce. The name my parents gave me. Didn't change.
Oh, is that your actual name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tayce Sugar Addicts.
Oh, they knew you was going to reach the stars.
Yeah.
What a name to give you.
I think they found some random book and it was like book of made up names or names with no meanings or something like that. And that was in it. They were like, boom, take it. But then I looked online and it's apparently a French woman's name and it means candle maker and silent, either of which I am not.
You are not any of
the sort, no.
Right, so I want to talk about Patricia.
Patricia. If you're feeling a bit Italian.
Okay. When we were coming up with Patricia, I went so common there, Patricia. Patricia. What were the inspirations? How did Patricia become who Patricia is?
Well, I've always just had a bit of a penchant for like old, like granny names, like Ernestine, Agatha, Enid.
Yes, Edith.
Edith. There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's kind of a bit of a Nicky Roman vibe.
Right, okay.
So if, like, there's no alter ego with Tayce, but Tayce's alter ego would be Patricia.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about Patricia. Who is she?
She's a nasty bitch.
Oh, is she nasty?
Yeah, because I'm very, very nice. So sometimes you gotta, I'm a very sweet person, my love. So sometimes you gotta get a little bit sour, balance things out a bit, you know what I mean?
Right,
and that's when Tayce goes to bed and Patricia arrives. And you only see Patricia when, basically, I'm probably on a night out, I've had 1 tequila too many.
Right, okay.
And I'm probably feeling a bit mischievous.
Does Patricia date?
No.
Okay, she doesn't.
But she's always there at the end of the dates. When the dates are done and the dates are through.
Right, okay.
When the thing is no more. If there's like some little tiff or something that happens, I don't want you in my life because something's happened and you've messed me around.
Yeah.
You've lost Tayce and you've gained Patricia.
Okay, so do I ever want to meet Patricia or should I just avoid
Probably not.
Well, okay.
Probably not, no. Like if I was on a night and someone's like, oh my God, Tayce, last night you were so turned, X, Y, and Z happened, I was like, that wasn't Tayce, that was Patricia. Sorry. Bring it up with Patricia, because it wasn't me, but that's who she is.
Do you reckon Patricia's actually who you really are deep down?
You know what? Oh.
Maybe you really want to be a raging...
Yeah, this is the whole story.
Yeah.
I live. Not like, hey, and what's it called in a movie? Or like, what's the story you had before?
Like, you know, your villain story. Yeah, your origin story.
Oh my God, if ever come up with a movie, origin story, Patricia,
that is
the movie.
your origin story. So I reckon something's happened somewhere and you actually couldn't really get to be how you react, how you wanted to react. So I can be a therapist.
I can see.
I reckon it would work.
I think there's a bit of Patricia in everybody, to be honest with you. It's when you just gotta let it all out, let out the anger, let out get a bit psycho.
Is she more than anybody we know?
Yeah, probably just a Roman vibe.
Right, okay, then cool. Was there anybody you saw growing up that you were kind of like inspired by or make you want to be?
I always remember like watching fashion TV when I was a kid.
Right,
Do you remember that one channel? It was like the diamond logo in the corner.
What,
and
Living
it was just,
TV, was it?
Not Living. That's like Will and Grace and everything. I'm on about like, and that's like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and stuff. And Most Haunted.
Yeah.
I'm on like the crappy Most Haunted back in the day. Nothing was definitely haunted. There was something here with us.
Who?
Like, no. And someone's like just chucking the stone on the floor. Like, did you see that? Did you see it? Love it, so cap. But no, I'm on about like fashion TV. It was like literally just endless reruns of like old runway shows.
Right, okay, yeah.
So I would watch that religiously when I was like a kid, like from like 7 onwards, and it would be like your Naomi Campbell's, Joey Mans. I was always inspired by just like powerful black women who just did their thing, lived their life, and just didn't give a crap really.
So I was obsessed growing up with June Sapong. I used to watch her on telly, and I remember she used to have like the glossiest lips. Like she'll be there next to like Jimmy Carr on. Do you remember Your Face or Mine?
Yeah. Do I remember? Triggered. I was on it twice.
What?
I was on it twice. Yes.
Oh my God, you have to tell me your story on Your Face or Mine.
Oh, that's the first one. I went on and it was me and another girl who I've been on Drag Race with and 2 other girls. And I didn't get the worst. I think there was 2 girls that got like really low and then there was me and my friend. And I got really low and she got really high. But I was like, this is some crap, girl. This is rigged. This is rigomaris, mama. I did not subscribe to it. I was like, well, I got like 18% or something. I was like, I know I'm not coming up with a face like this. And only 18% of that audience
18%?
is voting for me.
That's disgusting.
Slander.
And also untrue.
And I won't stand for it.
And very, very untrue.
But lies.
But you made up for it on Drag Race. You were voted.
Oh, I did. Trade of the season, mama. Well, I mean, what can you do?
18% with your face.
I will send you the links. I'll send you the links after
Please,
this.
I want to watch it so badly.
And there's 2, and then I came on for another one, and then that one was. Wait, no, the first one was good. I got like a good like 8 or 9%, and then the second one I came out thinking, you know, it's like a year or 2 later, like I'd obviously glowed up in some way, and I got 18%.
So if you don't know about Your Face and Mine, basically, it used to be hosted by Juice Apong and Jimmy Carr.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's basically like, it's such a weird concept. It could never happen now.
No,
like,
but it wasn't even that long ago, though. It was like 4 years ago.
It was not that long ago. So we'd go, we were a couple or something.
Yes.
We'd go as a couple, and the first round is that, like, if you was my partner, you'd have to vote if this random person on the street was like better looking than me
better than your guy or girl.
And then you have to see if the audience agreed with you. And then sometimes they'll bring the exes on, and they'll be like, vote who's more attractive, your current partner or your ex.
But I think it's rigged in a way because they just want like I think it's like whether or not they want the guest in question to win that money or not.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's all kind of designed for like the win or loss, really.
And it kind of says what's like desired in the real world compared to what's actually desired as well. So it's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
But like I said, you were voted, Chodiver. So you were very attractive.
On Drag Race,
On Drag Race. How was that for you? Has the attention kind of stayed the same?
Oh, I've always had it a little bit in drips and drops and drabs, Mama. But I actually didn't think I was going to get it when I was there. I was actually quite shocked.
Yeah, why?
I thought, because I don't know, I don't see myself as conventionally hot. Like I think, like I know I have a look around me, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's what everyone's actually subscribing to every single day of their life.
It's the cheekbones though.
She's angular. She's angular.
Great cheekbones.
Thank you, darling.
I once saw someone said that the most attractive people kind of look like animals, like obscure alien-y animals.
What would you say I look like?
You look a bit like an alien, but I think
I love that.
But I think that's a really good looking thing. Put the
I didn't think I looked like an alien, not at all.
What are you on about?
An alien? Me? What? Beat me up, Scotty? I don't think so, Mama.
But I do think the most attractive people have this like unique thing about their face, and your cheekbones are great. So I'm just making up for the 18% here just to tell you how attractive you are.
I'll sleep fine tonight now.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
You so
I'm
much.
glad I've boosted your confidence because you didn't have any when you walked in here.
No.
No,
Do you know, I cried on the way in.
I know.
It was my one cry of the decade.
You felt like, who am I? I'm so small. And now you're boosted, and
honestly,
I'm glad you're boosted.
the serotonin is up. I'm ready to go to Wales. I'm just going to live my best life now. So thank you for that.
You're very, very welcome. I'm glad this is a safe space for you.
Oh, very, very safe space.
Good. And even speaking of safe spaces and how that looks like on the outside world for dating, for queer people, have you found those spaces? Where are those spaces? And how do you find those spaces?
I would say, it's definitely in the queer community, like queer bars, queer clubs, because there's just so much going on. Like you can sit, you can eat, you can drink, you can watch a drag show, there'll be bingo or something, I don't know. Maybe there's a queer couple in the 70s that wants, 2 fat ladies 88 it up, maybe. I think, yeah, definitely somewhere like that. Somewhere there's like queer culture going on, like the theatre, queer bars, queer clubs. It's a good restaurant, somewhere there's good food around.
Does this differ being queer and black or just queer? Do you feel safe everywhere you go as a queer black man?
Yeah, I think... Well, I think under the umbrella of queer, I think, yeah, you're fine to go anywhere, really. Like, I've always felt good. I've always felt fine. I can't think of any specifics where I haven't really, where I felt unsafe. If I did, I wouldn't be in there for more than 5 seconds.
You feel it as well. You feel the vibe, don't you?
Yeah, you feel the look, you feel the stares. Yeah. I'll tell you where sometimes I don't feel safe, though. Sometimes I've never felt more awkward than I have in a straight black barber's. Yeah, that
so
has always been a funny one. Because it's 9 times out of 10 that it's uncomfortable, and then it's that 1% where it's like they're great and everything's nice.
Yeah.
And there needs to be more people that are comfortable in these black barbers with any sorts of people coming in. Because I think as long as you're a straight black guy, it's like, oh yeah, bro, what's going on? But if I come in, it's like, woo! They're like,
what's the interaction?
Well, everyone gets quiet. They don't say things with their chest. They say it behind your back, and they say it to their friends, and you just look at you like, oh, that black boy crease or whatever. It's like, say it to me, mama. What's gonna happen? I don't bite much.
But also, it feels like that should be, because many black men say the barbers is a safe space. So why that should also be your safe space as well. I should be able to feel comfortable
but
here.
Homophobia can be rife in certain communities, and it's very rife, mama. It's very rife.
Yeah.
With my brothers, it's rife, girl.
Because I think by the definition of it, and I don't think many of them realise that, why are you scared? It's literally like you're scared.
Yeah.
What is the reason? And I think by definition of what homophobia is...
It's like guilty by association kind of vibes, I feel. Like, I don't want to be seen.
Because what?
Because your friends might judge you, I guess, things like that. Also, if we're really talking about like safe spaces and things, and if we're moving forward with the times, should we be able to, we should be able to expand those spaces rather than a barbershop.
Yeah, exactly.
On the streets.
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly.
Be able to feel safe everywhere you go. And the unfortunate thing is that you don't, but we've got to try and push, kick those doors down, Mum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think there's a world where we create that space? So if it's like you don't feel safe in the conventional barbershop, we create something like that, or should be like, no, actually, I
Do you know
should be
what?
able to go in.
Business plan.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
here.
right, we'll work on this.
That's
We'll
what
work,
I'm thinking.
we'll work on
here.
this one. I like this.
where this is a safe space, everyone can go in, but also
Yes.
should it be, I should be able to go down the street and want to get a haircut and be able to
Right.
go anywhere and not feel.
Get your locks sorted, get a good skin fade, and not feel like
Exactly.
judged or gawked at.
Yeah, so where's your
this is a
haircut?
business move, Mama.
I think
I'm
we've got
ready.
this. I think we actually have this. So where do you go to get your haircut now? Do you just have to go to, say, places that are a bit like different vibes?
I go to a good Turkish barber down in Streatham, up in
I
Streatham.
don't need the location, babe. People are going to be outside there looking for you. Don't
There's
say
a lot of
where it
barbershops
is.
in Streatham,
Okay,
girl.
fair,
You
okay.
won't find me. Well, you might do looking like this, but you won't find me, trust me. But no, I mean, I just go anywhere that's good and just gives you a good hot towel, really. I love that whole vibe. Give it me all. Give me the glam. Give me the
Right,
luxury.
okay, the luxury of
Stick
it
that
all.
wax thing up my nose and pull it out.
Okay, when it comes to relationships, what are your views on monogamy?
I love monogamy. I think in this day and age, it is something that I think is a bit an olden time thing now. I think everyone is, you've got polyamorous relationships. You've got 3s, 4s all in one go, living it up, shaking it down.
Is that the vibe you're saying, or do you actually want to be in a relationship?
I would love to eventually, but I'm not like yearning and looking and striving. Like it's not my everyday waking dream to get in a relationship.
Right,
Like, if it happens, it happens. I'm very happy on my own. I'm a very fun person. I live my life. I have people I need to see if I need to see them. I have a lot of friends, and it's all good. And when it happens, it'll happen, and it'll be the right reasons because I'll know what I want when I see it.
Okay.
You know?
Right, we've got something that we don't agree on.
Go on.
So you've got a thing where you think it's okay to sleep with your friends and still be friends with them.
I need to elaborate on this because when I say friends, I don't mean like your best friends, like literally your friend, close friend circle in your life. I mean, you'll have, little A, Bs and Cs that you've been around with, but you can go and have like a drink with, and it doesn't have to be sexual even. It can be a friend thing one day and it can be something the other, but it's not to the point where it's like, do you know what I mean? Like friends. That I would be like, okay, no, that's a bit close to home.
Because then I think once I sleep with you, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, there's another
We're
level
people
of
who
it.
have slept together now.
I should have said acquaintances, like club
Right,
acquaintances.
okay, people I see in the club. Okay,
yeah,
cool, fair.
things like that. Not like your friend, like your bestie from, like, your housemate or someone.
Because
No.
I think it just blurs the line, isn't it?
Very, yeah, that would be weird.
And it's just not something I feel like can always go down well. And also,
No.
I don't agree in like mix up.
I think there's always just someone who's going to be a bit more attached than the other person.
Yes, there's that.
Whether you like it or not, even if you're both really into each other, if you're both trying to keep it on that vibe where it's like, oh, this is cool, it's cash, I think there's one person who's going to be thinking about the other a lot more.
A lot more than that, exactly. And also, I wanted some expertise from you from the queer side of relationships. If there's one thing straight people do, especially straight black people, is long out a process. We've been dating for 6 months. Move me in already.
Move me in. After 6 months.
Yes, look,
I think that is quick.
Okay, a year.
Yeah.
But all of
A
my
year.
queer friends, honestly, since the time that I've been single, I've been married 5 times. I've been like, God, maybe
Stop.
not 5. But like, I feel like queer relationships move so much faster.
Oh, they do. And some
Especially my lesbian friends, they're like, oh yeah. But
No,
yeah.
lesbians are a whole nother kettle of fish,
my
Mama.
God.
They are. They love it. They love
I'm
it. You
so
just came
jealous of
over.
that.
You showed me an episode of Drag Race. Let's get married.
And now I love you.
Love it. Oh my God, you come here last week. I love you. Like they're very quick, which I admire, and I'm also a bit like, what? But gays are the same as well. Like I
it all
know
very quick?
so many gays who literally can be in a relationship for years, like engaged, like married the whole 9 yards, and then they can break up, and it's like a week later, oh, meet my new man, and I'm like, what? What?
How have we done this?
Like I feel like in the straight world, there's a lot of grievance going on around
yeah.
it. Like it's a loss, like especially
Yeah.
with women. They really feel it and they miss it, and they're not going to go and disrespect that by just going out like a week later.
But does that mean though, you guys not dealing with your, like men that can move on very quickly, and not dealing with the emotional side of just what's happened, right? Because relationships, that was emotional.
Men and emotions, though, are weird, though. They bottle them down.
Okay, how do you deal with emotions? Are you a bottler?
Oh, no, I let it out. Are you a bottler?
Are you a bottler? I don't even know what that means. I don't know why I said it.
Told you for the bottlers everywhere. I'm very... Well, I'm not a crier, I will say that much. So I guess that is a term of bottle. Honestly, I think I've cried. I cried this year over a death of a friend, and literally I think before that I haven't cried. Like, sobbed in like a decade. Like, I just don't cry. I'm not a crier. No.
So how do your emotions come out? What
Just
happens?
talk about it. You might do a little or whatever, but like, that's it. But I'm not like ooh, squish, squish, oh, squish,
I am
squish.
such a crier.
Really?
Like sometimes I like put a crying time in the diary. Like
Wait.
like I've been like, oh, I haven't cried in a while, so I'll put like Adele, One and Only
Take
on.
time to cry.
And I now just sit there. So I have One and Only Adele and All I Ask on loop. Just knowing that, okay, good, this is going to get me going.
Oh, nice. You got crying, you got specific songs to cry to.
Songs, yeah.
I love that. I need to get into that maybe. I think mine would be songs from the 40s.
Crying songs?
Yeah, my music taste is all over the place. I have like songs 40s, 50s, 60s, all sorts.
Right, okay.
And the songs just remind me of like my grandparents. I think I would like think about those, but I'm just not, it's not in me to like feel sad and go, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's just not me.
So do you feel like, is that because generally you just like repressed your emotions anyway?
Probably. Oh, we're getting down and deep.
We're getting deep.
We're getting into the, we're doing some therapy now, Mama.
I'm getting into
Let me
your
get up
layers.
shades long.
Because I do think when your personality is always on, always alive, always like, you know,
you kind of forget to like, you got to bring yourself down back to earth a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, I think I'm always around people. I'm always like, I don't live alone. I live with my best friends. And when I'm out, And it's like, woo, 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 go, 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 for the party. So you don't really stop and like think about all those things. It is good to cry though. I think it's very healthy. Like when I did it the other week, I felt great after I did it. I was like, oh, that's a decade of
it's all out now.
out in the world. But yeah, I kind of just, my motto has always just been like, keep it moving, keep calm and carry on.
So what happens if you can't keep it moving? Have you ever been heartbroken?
Yes,
because when I was heartbroken, I was convinced I was going to die. Like, well, sometimes I wake up, I'm like, oh, not again, like another day of this. So how was that for you?
Well, yeah, just horrible. You just feel horrible for a bit, but I wasn't like, I'm not a cry, but I would just be in a right mood. I'm one of those, like if I'm in a mood, I'm like, no one can be happy unless I'm happy.
Like misery, like everybody.
I'm like, everyone get sad, I'm sad. You can't be happy, you can't have nice things because I don't have nice things.
So that was the situation when you was heartbroken?
Yeah, I think. But you just take out your anger on the world sometimes. And yourself.
How did you get over it?
Time is a healer.
Every time someone asks me that, like and it's literally time. Like
that's all you can do, really. You just have to just go through it. I'm a very firm believer of going through the ups and the downs, like living it, breathing it. Don't just, like back to what I was saying about don't cry. Like I don't cry necessarily, but I will sit and like feel it and be a bit miserable and stuff because you have to. You get grief in your life. You can't just be like put on a happy face and oh, well, that's fine, that's it. You've got to acknowledge it. You've got to look at it in the face. You can't go above, can't go under, you've got to go through it, Mama. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, and that's it, it's called going through it. You're not stuck there. Eventually, you're going to get through it, you're going to get on the other side of it. So how do you feel about like meeting someone else, get over someone else and rebounds and things like that?
Oh, I think that's fine.
Do you know what? I say the same thing and everyone's
I think it's healthy and it's good for you.
I think a rebound is actually, because it's
occupy your mind
and refocus your energies to something else.
Yeah.
Like pull that person because I don't really like you. I just want to go over this person.
Exactly.
Like, that's not my business. It happens to us all.
No. And I mean, they're single, you're single, you can do what you want when you want. Bang.
And speaking about things that are not nice for everyone, ghosting.
Oh, Mama. Where do we begin?
Are you a ghoster? Or
do I look like a ghoster?
I think you'd be a ghoster. I think you'd be a ghoster.
Ooh,
but you did a whole story, I've just been really busy.
Yeah, I would do that if I did, but I've never done it. But if I did, that's exactly what I would do.
How do you feel about ghosting?
It's horrible.
You've been ghosted?
Oh, yeah. Many a time. I've gone on dates with people who literally don't know who I am or what I do, and then they actually see me, because in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to give you a disclaimer about anything, but I rock up with like 10-inch nails, thinking, in my head, this is a normal look for me. They're on every day, like from the salon, Mama. But if you don't know me, I think if someone knew me, they'd be like, okay, it makes sense. If you don't know me, like you maybe just see this up or whatever. Like I've talked to people, and I said, oh, I have these, by the way, hope you don't mind, like blocked.
Why?
Savage. Like just...
Because of your long nails? Then it's like, no.
Maybe. Well, obviously. Look at them.
I'm trying to think why that would be offensive.
Because some gays, it's not the mood, it's not the zhuzh, it's not the look, you know. There's all different types. And there's these ones that's like, they can't have any kind of like craziness going on.
Right, okay.
It's all gonna be very like, to the point, butch, man, even though we're gay. They're not a bit femme with it. It's all mask energy.
Right, okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But like, to me, that's so fickle. That's so stupid.
That is
like to do that. And not even like talk about it and say, oh, so are they on every day? Okay,
just to
great.
Be like, no.
Do you know what I mean? Just like imagine like, oh yeah, I did it. And like it'll be a video, my hand just comes up and it like, boop, no, gone.
Oh, it's hard.
That's only happened once, but like it'll be with different things, just in the way I dress, in the way I look in general. People can't handle other people's confidence if they're not very confident themselves.
There is that, and also I think people can't handle your confidence when they didn't give it to you. People they cannot understand why you love yourself. Like it's like, yeah, but this is wrong with you. Yeah, so I still like it.
Yeah.
And I think they just can't fathom that thought. But I was going to talk to you about being a black gay man and how that works. And because I've got many friends that are, I know, like the dating scene, sometimes it's just a bit, you just don't know where you stand. It's weird. And I have a friend who actually only dates white men because for him it's easier because he's like, their side of the family probably accepted them.
Right.
So he's still dealing with not being accepted on his side. So he's just like, I don't want to go into another family that also hasn't accepted, and we're just kind of like two lost souls that I just don't feel.
Well, I think like maybe it might be different strokes for different folks, but like for me, it might be because, I mean, I'm very free, loosey-goosey. Like I don't know, like we said before, like types is not really a thing. But maybe then I am fortunate to not even have to think like that.
Not to think about that, exactly.
Both parents are very supportive people.
Yeah, yeah. And is there any like fetishization going on in the scene or anything like that?
Oh, I mean, every day. In the queer community, there's all sorts of fetishes, there's crazy ones. But there's only like white people who want to get with black guys and things like that. Like I've seen online, like there was like a couple of times I've been on it, you will go in the bios and there are people who are like, no fats, no femmes, no Asians, no blacks, no whites, only black guys. Like whatever, like it's crazy. But it's real and it's happening.
As well.
Yeah, and it's you'd think of all communities, that would be the last kind of community to be so, what's the word I'm looking for?
I know what you mean.
Discriminatory.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because it feels quite, because obviously
that's taking it back to the days, girl.
Yeah, it feels like no dogs, no Irish, no blacks.
Literally.
That gave me
imagine
flashbacks,
if you were not 6'1" with green eyes and brunette hair with just a little highlight in it, do not knock on my door. Like, no, that's wild.
That's
but
insane. Because I do think nearly everybody has a type or a preference or whatever, but not many people are so like, here is this thing that I will not date.
Yeah.
And very out and bad about it, which is very interesting. I didn't realise it would be like that. So in terms of like your love life and your dating history and things like that, I went to ask like, what's the most like romantic thing that's ever happened to you or what you've done for someone that's been very romantic?
Most romantic someone's done for me, nothing.
Really?
No.
Oh, I hate that for you.
I know. What most romantic thing I've done for someone? Oh, it's like turned up like on Valentine's Day with like loads of like prezzies and cards and sweets and flowers and shit.
It's cute. Did it go down well?
No.
Oh no.
No, it didn't.
Do you want to tell me the story?
We had an argument that night and broke up.
Oh no. I've had a Valentine's Day breakup as well.
Why
does it feel worse on Valentine's Day?
It's drama. I think people like the drama. People want the arguments. They want the act. They want to fight. They want to chuck a plate or something.
Like
I don't know.
Everybody's in love right now, but we're going to get in a huge argument.
And then like if you're not, isn't it happening you always get the Valentine's Day, there's like two sides of like social media. There's either the side of like who's in the relationship and living, or it's anyone who's not, and they're so bitter. They are so bitter.
I just go off it. Yeah. I don't say anything good or bad. I just act like it's a normal day in my life. It's a normal Tuesday.
If you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say anything at all.
There we go.
Except that's literally what I think every single time I think about, because I'm not going to be bitter about other people's relationships. But is there kind of like, because I do think when people are in relationships, there is this kind of like, look how in love we are, and this is so perfect, and having such a good time. Does that ever pressurize you at all, especially not being in a relationship?
I think it's so like mushy, woo, woo, woo. And I can deal with that for 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, chill. No one asked, Mary.
Right,
no one
it's
asked.
enough now.
If you're in love, you're in love.
Right,
you're in love and live it up.
Yeah.
And I love that for you.
Yeah.
And I can love this whole situation, but I don't need it rammed down my throat every damn day. Do you know what I mean? No.
So you wouldn't be a poster?
No. Well, like, yeah, the odd yeah. Like, they're not like not in my life, but like, do you know when you see like what is it with TikTok? There's like that crummy, there's like a song, like what's it called, The Sound or whatever, and it's like,
I think I know what you mean.
This person, I love them so much. You've done so much for me.
Yeah.
There's like some like violin.
Have you ever met someone?
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's like I
up.
met them and my life just changed, and it'll usually be like a montage of like them on a beach.
Yeah,
or like
nice stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, that's all well and cute.
And also, he filmed that.
Huh?
He filmed that.
Mama,
filmed that.
You had to stop and go, let's be really cute for 2 seconds.
And then like go back and then press stop recording and then edit your film.
It doesn't blend, right, wait, okay. Are we gonna do it again? Sorry, babe, let's go. Like, no. And that sounds like really like cynical, but it's like, no, I love that for you.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't need to be rammed on people's throats every day.
But the thing about it is I completely get what you mean. But when we speak about like black love and queer love as well, it's like sometimes you feel like there's not enough representation.
No.
Or like it's not on telly enough and things like that. So people look to actual real life people to feel like it's a thing that's real and something that's possible for them. So maybe that's what it is. Or do you think like representation has changed a lot in your scene?
In my scene, no. In general, yes, I think it's changed. I think we've come leaps and bounds. There's always so much further to go. But I mean, every year you just see, queer black people in general, just in more things and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's what we need to just be striving for in general.
Nice,
really.
yeah.
It's a slow, long road, mama.
And I want to see like love stories as well that are just so organic, because I feel like it's always like, oh, it's a struggle for us
or
to
like
get.
just good like queer love stories or whatever, like, but it's just like, well, every time that comes out, it's kind of like a caricature of it.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like a gay movie written by straight men, and
Yeah.
it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get it.
You don't get it,
No,
exactly.
You don't see the sides
Yeah.
that need to be seen.
And also, it's just like, it doesn't have to be this, it can just be a nice, fun rom-com. It doesn't have to be this hard, like they went through all of these
that's what we were
bad
talking about a lot with
things.
Queer Epiphany. Like, it's more like bringing it doesn't have to be a sad story all the time. Yes,
Yeah.
there's struggle. Yes, there's strife. Yes, there's anger, anguish, all these things going on. But it's how you turn all that and flip it into a positive, you know what I mean? And with a lot of these stories, it's all about the grief and it's all about how hard it is. And
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is, yeah, it can be hard, but it can also be great. The same with everything in life.
Exactly. So I know for you, it's just you've been lucky enough to have an experience where like you were kind of like accepted and your parents loved you. What would you say to anyone listening to this who kind of is not in that situation but would love to live in the world where they can be out and bad about themselves and be accepted? Like, what's
Well,
the
as I
thing
said,
that you
time
want
is
to hear?
time is everything. Start with yourself. Start at home. Take it day by day. Appreciate yourself. Find the little things, like, and celebrate yourself. And slowly but surely, you'll be able to go out into the world being that absolute rose that you want to be. Like, as I said, like, I've always been this confident. I know that people aren't, but you just have to kind of just like talk to yourself, manifest,
Yeah.
affirmations, all of that, and just take your time and don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, I like that. And also, I've got a great thing where it was like, I think this is so random, but it's either wear really nice underwear or wear no underwear at all. I have a thing about having a secret that only I know.
Oh.
So I do think if you feel like you want to take little steps and you can't be out and bad about it, there's having something that only you know. So for example, it's maybe the underwear you've got on, or maybe there was like a colour on your toe or something like that. Just having your own little secret that nobody else,
A
like,
little key.
nobody knows I'm not wearing knickers right now. Do you know what I mean? It's supposed to be saucy, but
Nobody
also
knows but
like
me. I'll never tell.
And I think there's something quite nice about that you get to experience this kind of sense of like sensuality within yourself
Yes.
and intimacy of that I'm doing this thing for me, but nobody needs to know it or what
It's
it
one of
is.
the, it's just, it's simple to say, but it's not, it's easier said than done, but you just got to really just try and love yourself before anything and anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
really, like, live for you, be there for you, because you have to, before, if you do go out and you're feeling like less than, or you're feeling like a bit shook or, not confident, if you don't really believe in yourself that you are that bitch, when you go out, the minute someone gives you the wrong look or whatever it is, that could just trigger you and make you regress all the way
Yeah,
back to where you were
absolutely.
before, do you know what I mean? So really try and be one with yourself first and then go from there.
Okay, then cool. How does it feel to be that bitch for you?
Oh, mama. I mean, everything. I live
And
my
like
life,
being
I
from
love
like
it.
Wales and not living in London and having to be that, is it easier to be that bitch in Wales in a smaller town if you are from a smaller town than it is here? Because London is crowded with that
yes
bitches.
and no, because up here, everyone like lives for it and they appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think any kind of fashion capital like this, like, yeah, people, also in fashion capitals, I feel like people, they don't actively come out to say, I love your outfit, you look amazing. It's more a look of, okay,
No, I see you.
okay. I know it's like in Paris all the
Yeah.
time. No one gives anyone compliments. So it's just, all right, okay.
Right.
That a little appreciation. And I think you get that vibe, I get that vibe anyway in Newport, I think, in the sense that, well, it's not that look of appreciation, it's a look of, this is so alien, what is that? Or it's just straight up just like rudeness. Like I've had that
is
before. When
it?
I've walked around in Newport, I've been spat on, I've been just gawked at in all sorts of ways. Like my parents would hate when I used to go out with them. You know, it's going into a club in Newport sometimes in the boys' toilets and the men are just like, ugh, what's this? Or, the girls' toilet's over there, da, da, da. It doesn't really happen a lot anymore.
Yeah.
But it did happen a lot like back in the
growing
day.
up, yeah.
But I think it's easier to be that bitch here because people love it. It's not that easy in Newport because people just aren't, they're not on the wavelength, mama, sometimes.
They're not there
They don't
yet.
get it and they
Yeah.
don't understand it. And that's okay. In
Yeah.
time you will. And do you know what? It would be a bit slower for you to understand it if I wasn't here in front of your face in the first place.
Exactly.
To try and make you think. Provocative, you know?
Gets people going.
Exactly. Something to talk about over a cup of tea later.
Well, I do think there is something nice about kind of like being the one to open people's minds and thoughts, because it's just like, not everyone's the same, honey. Get used to this. This is new, this is fine, and this is what it looks like and feels like to be that bitch. And I love that for you.
Thank you, baby.
Speaking of love, so I've been asking everybody what their love is. For example, I always say, my love feels like home. So Tayce, what is your love?
Ooh. My love is being sound asleep and then having a bucket of ice cold water chucked in your face and you just wake up in shock.
Okay, doesn't sell your love to me. Hello, elaborate on what you mean by that?
I mean, like, as in, my love is a surprise. My love is energetic. My love is a lot in the best way. And if you can't handle the heat, well, then get out of my kitchen, mama.
Marry me now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome,
for this conversation. It's been amazing talking to you.
It's been a trip.
Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about our conversation, what your love is, and thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
I've had loads of laughs. You haven't given us any, actually no, you've given us some one-liners. Do you have a one-liner to say bye before we go?
Oh,
Go on, you've got this, go on. Yes, it's coming, it's
I
coming.
don't.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Enjoy love, I guess.
Mwah. See you later. Bye.